Hi there and welcome to another Raid Shadow Legends video. I'm IceMan and today even, we are doing Fight Night Part 2. Part 1 you can catch over there if you go take a look. I'll pop it up in that corner. It was the previous one to this one, filmed all at the same time. I will say straight off, I've got a load of these refills to use up before they all run out in a day or two. We've currently got the arena tournament on, so it makes sense to do it now and get the points and do what we can, plus farm our medals up. And yeah, so our last video was 45 minutes. This one we'll see how long we go for before we cut it off, but let's get into it, shall we? Let's get ready to rumble.
Let's get ready to rumble!
Time to fight. So we're going to pick up exactly where we left off, facing a dangerously disgusting team that looks a little bit worrying. Alright, so we've managed to lock out everybody, that's good. Cool, those shields are still there. This could be a problem. See if we can stun everybody at least. Gives a bit of breathing room. Right. Try and do something about those shields taking down a turn at least. Right, we want to do damage. But most of them are stunned anyway. I'll tell you what, we'll just try and focus on our biggest threat there for the moment. Lock everybody out. Might as well take our Mountain King down since he's got no shield at the moment. So we're left with two very disgustingly defensive champions. But again, with our lockouts and all the rest of it, we're still keeping control of this, which is how we like it. Might take a little bit longer. But we get there in the end. Good sized defensive team, mind you. I'm fully expecting to lose this one, quite honestly, based on this team, but we'll give it a shot. Yeah, they're high resist as well, which doesn't help. And we've got somebody in an immunity set, which also doesn't help. That worked out quite nicely actually, and this is why we like bringing Dark Elhain against Torments. Yeah, they've got a really disgusting team. I love Cardial, he's an absolutely amazing champion, but you know, if you don't have them built to be tanky enough and whatnot, and they weren't, I mean, I've gone up against Seafies where I wouldn't be able to do that sort of damage to them no matter what I tried. And if she'd stayed up and started playing hell with abilities, I would have had a lot tougher over the time of it. Right, we'll swap her out. So I tend to forget half the time, which is not useful. Alright, stun, lockout, stun, stun. Trundra on the other hand is still up, so we'll boost and hopefully overtake her, which we do. So now we can lock her out. Yeah, we'll stun and probably kill half of them. Yep. See, this is where this team is just great against teams like this, because it means the likes of Counter Slicks can't then pick everybody up because their abilities are all locked out. Or she's stunned. Either way, she's controlled. There's no worry. Counter Slicks, Duchess even. Now, if they had their Duchess and immunity set there, I probably would have really struggled, because then she wouldn't be frozen. She'd be able to pick people up, and yeah, it'd be an absolute nightmare. I must admit, I'm starting to work on more immunity sets myself, because for Arena I think they're just, especially for defense more than offense, they are just so important. Alright, we've got high resist by the looks of it, or bad RNG. Which means Duchess is going to probably get her stuff off. No, oh good, we're still faster. Alright, there's bad RNG then, so we've managed to lock everybody out, which is great. Duchess is nice and tanky, but you know, with the lockout twice, we've got time to take her out before she can start doing her thing and being a right pain in the backside. And here we go with another Sifi team. This is quite a scary looking team, I have to say, but we're still going to go against it with the same team, under the same premise that if we're faster we lock them out, which we are, because they don't have a speed lead. We do have a shield set on somebody, so we've got a nice hefty shield to start there somewhere. Probably on the Mountain King would be my guess. Now Sifi's put her thing in there, and to be fair, I could really do with a Madame at this point. I don't have a Madame, so all I can really do is sort of try and draw that back. I think I might be in trouble with this team. Do some damage. See if we can remove those buffs and stun. Lock out Duchess, at least we can with everybody else. Now this Duchess is really well built, really tanky, hard to kill, exactly what she should be. That's why I hate facing her. And although Ashelon does really help, if they're built right, you still struggle like hell, and then you pair them with other champions like Sifi, and you're in for a nasty time of it, quite frankly. Probably should have picked people up there. Definitely should have picked people up there. Alright, Duchess is down. Let's work on Sifi. Hopefully we can get her before she can revive, since I don't think she's locked out in any way, shape or form. Ah, good, we got a well-timed stun there. And she's out. Okay, we got that. This is going to be a hindrance and a pain. Ooh. No. Oh, that Mountain King is a real pain. I'm going to have to heal up and speed up, because we need to try and keep ahead of him here. See, I could attack him and try and reduce the turn meter, but then he'll attack me anyway, so... Oof. Damn, he hits. He really does. This was a prime example of a really good defensive team. The sort of team I can't even put together. I just don't have the champs. But slower than I'd like, but we took him down. The scary team is still kind of scary actually, to be honest, but at least we got through them. I'm guessing this is somebody that wants to drop. You're wondering about that first fight. I tried it in the previous video, failed, so I'm not wasting any more tokens on doing it. I think we might have fun and games here. Stun everybody, that'll help. Time for the next page. I've got myself a Ray. Currently building her out. I don't know that she'll necessarily play anywhere for me other than faction wars and occasionally to swap in affinity based here, although Astralon's pretty solid for AoE. And Counter Selects together, they both have a fair amount of AoE, even if it's not all AoE. And they just work so well together. They really are the dream team. Another hefty team with a Mountain King. Well, we'll give him a shot like we give everybody a shot. Maybe you should have brought somebody in to strip the shields. Rather than having to nuke through them. There's both of these locked out for the moment, so they can't do their stuff. We're still taking some time to get them down. Do we want to speed people up, or see if we can take those shields off? I'll speed people up. Top up health a bit as well. Not that it actually helped in the end. Okay, let's try this. I do love that A2 of his. It's a nice big hit, and you pair that with the revive and it is just really nice. Can save your skin. is one of the better fusion champions to have come out in the game, I think. And like I say, you pair him with Countess Lix and they're, I wouldn't say an unstoppable team, but not far from it. They destroy. I mean, look at this team. This is a sick defensive team. You've got Rotus for damage, you've got Mountain King for damage, you've got Valkyrie and Quisk for support, keeping them up, shields, block debuffs, all that stuff. And yet this team can still take them out. Hegemon. Now, it would very much depend who's faster, but we're not even going to try that. Actually going to bring in somebody I've more recently built up, and we'll be doing a guide on soon. Turns out ours is faster anyway. Let's see who gets the lockout and on whom, and we lock everybody out. To be fair, he's casting fears and stuff with his A1. Man, that is just wrong. He removes buffs as well. Damn, that guy is sick. I really need to get myself one of them. Ooh, yeah. Cardio is sick. Causing me no end of problems. Right, let's take out Arbiter before she goes and picks somebody up, although Cardio can do that as well. He really is a sick champ, so he's got AoE cleanse, revives, fears. I mean, yeah, I really want one of those. Not to mention he looks so cool. Man, that was a tough fight. Very close. Could have gone either way. Obviously having Sky Touch Shaman really saved my ass there. Not in the way I thought she would. The idea of bringing her in the immunity set is that, you know, if their Hegemon's faster and freezes us and stuff, locks us out, she can then remove that. But to be fair, it was actually the revive on death that really saved our backsides there. So we can lock everybody out, kill people, and the rest are down. Another token down. I don't think I've spent so long doing arena in ages. I do enjoy it on this account since I've got a decent roster of champions. On my alternate account where my roster's a bit weaker and the gearing's a bit weaker, I really struggle. And you know, to be fair, if I had Arbiter on that account, it'd be so much easier and doable, but because I don't, it's not, and it's so much harder. But don't get me wrong, somebody like Hegemon really makes a hell of a difference. I remember what a struggle it used to be and how fewer fights I'd win without him. To be fair, on my alternate account I really need to work on getting some decent speed gear, and then because my biggest problem at the moment is speed tuning the team. I've actually got a pretty fast Gorgarab, plus I can use Astralon as a lead, so she's only a little bit slower than Arbiter, and then you've still got not as good a speed boost, but you've got a speed boost at least. The problem is I've not got the gear to get all my champions behind fast enough to keep them in tune. Which, you know, is just hugely important. Guardial again. Does he do ally attack as well, or are they just using these two because they work well together as nukas? Let's go for lockout and kill a couple. So, do you guys like these sort of arena videos where we're just delving in, fighting team after team? If you do, is there something I could do to improve it, make it a bit more fun? I try to talk through as much as I can and talk through the teams I'm facing and give you the plus points for the teams I'm facing as well as how I'm able to beat them. But is there something else that I'm missing that you think would make videos like this a bit more fun? Are they just not fun and you don't enjoy them at all? You know, let me know in the comments. Love to hear from you guys. So of course we'll go for the stun, everybody's locked up. Did I just hit the wrong ability? I'd swear sometimes you click and it doesn't always register properly. Double Arbiter, I've not seen that in a long time. Triple revive team. I'd imagine this team is really tough for a lot of people to face. But this is where this sort of solid control, in fact, just stops them dead, and it's great. I mean, if you haven't got that sort of control to stop them reviving, a team like this will just keep themselves up, and you're gonna die sooner or later. But so long as you can knock them out, freeze them, stun them, block skills, you know, put up cooldowns on, any of that stuff is huge in taking down a team with multiple revivers. So I'm guessing we've got him there for support, healing, shield set. Ducks there for our decreased defense, and he's provoke, I'm guessing. Not got a lot of health on their shield set, so the shield wasn't so big. Alright, not everyone's locked out, so we'll go for that. Their Auslian Mage is a high resist one. Right, let's try and... oh no, they've all got... or at least most of them have block. Yeah, block debuffs. So there's no point doing that. So we'll just take the Arbiter out and then they can't pick anybody up. Reduce cooldowns to try and get that stuff off. Go after whoever comes in next. Do some damage and slow them down. Boost us up again. Now in comes the stun again. And they're down. It was actually a pretty solid team actually. Well designed. Just not the most top tier champions and whatnot. Auslian Mage is great for defense. I should maybe use him more often than I do. I do love him. I think he's a brilliant champion. I just don't give him enough play. I'm surprised to see this team in Goal 4, to be honest. Especially using Haikatoon as a speed lead. I'd swear Gorb grabs faster, so I don't know why they're not using him. I must admit, I've got Zargala on my alternate team. I really need to get around to building her up. I think she'd really help for faction wars, and she's just a brilliant champ as hides. We're picking up. Okay, might as well pick up the other one now. Boost ourselves up. Say night night Zargala. Yeah, I really didn't get that one. Or Skullcrown their speed lead. I don't think what it was though. I swear Skullcrown's got a faster speed lead than Haikatoon as well. Yeah. I don't understand the makeup of that team, to be honest. I'm surprised I don't go for. Farrakhan, so we've got a blender comp team, which unfortunately doesn't work in this scenario because they're too slow. For a blender comp to be successful, especially as a defense, you really even as an offense, at the end of the day you need to go first. If you don't, you're not going to win. It's like they've got some great champs and they're throwing them in together, but not really thought about how they need to use them and how they need to be geared. Same cannot be said for this team. Obviously you've got double revives, lots of support, decreased defense, and Yanuka. And by the looks of it, they might be faster too. So we're hoping for a lockout on Arbiter here. We get a lockout and a stun, even better. And now we can get a lockout on the remaining two that aren't locked out. Coming with the stun and nuke. Well, we're certainly piling up these wins and getting the fragrance tokens, whatever the hell they're called, that I suddenly can't remember, for the Great Hall. No, not everybody's locked out there, so we'll go for that one. Plus it hits hard. And this will probably finish it off near enough. I actually think Doomscreech looks better than Seeker, personally. So many arena fights, I'm spacing out a bit. Yeah, most of them are locked out. So actually, yeah, we'll go for the speed one and do it that way. Now we'll try and stun them all so they're not coming out as... Oh, we didn't get it with him. That's annoying. Okay, and there we go, this should finish it off. Yeah, we're up over halfway in Gold 4 now, so things should start getting a bit harder from here on out. Alright, no, their Arbiter went, speed boosted. But at least we locked out Warlord, who would have given us the most trouble, I think. Now we'll just lock out everybody. Well, that wasn't very nice, Astron. Well, we'll take out your Arbiter and we'll pick her back up. Then we'll take your decreased defense, decreased attack. And do a load of damage to you all. Ah, right. Swift parry. And he's going to take her out again. So we'll just take him out in retaliation. Stun everybody and kill everybody. He is such a great champ though. I do have him and do use him on my ult as well. Him and Foley are my two go-to nukers on my ult. Like I say on there, I'm just really shy on the speed gear. And on this team, I'm not so much speed tuned. Don't need to be so much because he locks people out, then, you know, she comes in pretty fast. Well, she's fastest obviously. Speed boost. She is pretty fast, and then finishes locking out anybody that isn't already locked out. Then he can come in with his stun, keep him down. And, I mean, you've seen it here time and time again. It's just a great combo. Now we're going to have really big shields here. So I'm actually tempted to take him out, or at least we're probably going to have big shields here. I'll actually try somebody that we know can strip them. Actually, they're not that high. Yeah, we'll go with Suzerain Catan. Did a guide on him recently if you want to check it out over there. He's great for situations like this if he's fast enough, which unfortunately mine's maybe not. Alright, I've got one who's not locked out, so we'll go for that. Lock everybody out. And the shields are pretty much gone now anyway, if they weren't. And for those that are still remaining, we're just going to strip them off. But you see, he's a bit on the weak side. That's the drawback with him. trying to reduce speed on everybody. To be fair, this probably would have worked out just as well, if not better, if I kept in Astralon, because their shield wasn't quite big enough to worry about. But you've seen the other Krisks I faced and the huge shield they had, so it was worth the shot. Let's take him out, he's the only one not locked out. And we can lock him out again and kill him. So he did his job in a way, he brought down the shield, but yeah, in that scenario where the shield wasn't quite as big, we would have been better off with Astralon. It would have just been a bit more sure. So we're not going to try. So I wasn't going to try that this time, but you know, I forgot to swap him out. And actually the shield is bigger this time. Much bigger. So we'll just come in and take that off. They've actually got somebody who's quite good against me because she can strip off these lockdowns. Not to mention she heals. Speed boost everybody up. Right, we'll try and take her out. Take off the increased speed and the attack. I suppose we might as well take out High Katoon. Oof. See, this Krisk is actually built really well. He hits really quite hard. Right, let's make sure we take out Suzerain. Get Astralon back in. He's just kind of our go-to guy in these situations. But they just pair so well together. They've also got this thing where if they're both on the same team, they remove buffs, debuffs. So even if they're up against hegemons, that's actually quite useful, because even if the hegemon goes first, they then automatically remove the block cooldown skills and then get to still take their turns. Let's stun everybody up if we can. What happened there? That was his A1 again. They really need to fix this crap. The amount of times you push on a thing and it just doesn't do it. And that should never be the case. Especially in arena, it can mean the difference between winning and losing. Medals, that was what I was looking for medals. Yeah, I got there in the end. So we're going to keep playing through. I know we're 40 minutes in, this is a bit of a long video. I do apologise, you know, if you like this sort of stuff, great, hope you're enjoying it. If not, you know, feel free to tune out and watch the next video, which won't be an arena video. I'm actually trying to film a couple of videos like this now, get them done, get them out, because next week I'm going away for a few days with my wife for her birthday, so I'm not going to be around. Open the preload some videos, get them set up, ready. So So I've got a couple of shard videos in the works, one of which will probably even come out today, hopefully. And then I've got a couple of these in the works, primarily just because they're so long, and using all my arena tokens up before they run out. But there's no point in wasting them if you've got them. That's, you know, all those medals just lost and wasted if you do. I mean, the daily ones I sometimes do, it just depends how busy I am on a day with work and everything. But these are bought ones that have been there for 100 days basically. Cool. He blew me up there, didn't he? Ouch. Ouch. Well, that was close. A lot closer than I'd like. That's obviously one of those bite your teams where it's like, oh yeah, come in, this will be an easy win. Nope. They're trying to bait you in for easy wins, knowing that it's actually quite a tough team to face. And yet when I use Lord Shazar, he's never that bloody good. Oof. What the hell happened there? Don't know if I want to find out. They were obviously faster than us for that to happen, and we didn't get the right lockout. RNG to a degree, but to be on the safe side, we'll also bring in the shield set. Doesn't help Arbiter's actually in an immunity set, so she can't be locked out, so the speed boost automatically happens. Try and lock out who we can. That's the handy thing about Warlord, is that ability goes straight through, got debuffs. Well, I thought it did, but maybe it doesn't. That's the thing, you know, just because you lose a fight doesn't mean you're not going to win the next one. There are times when it's a team that I know is going to be stupid hard anyway, and if I don't think I can do it, I'll just do once and avoid after that. But somebody like that, I can usually deal with teams like that, so it's just change it up a little bit, come back at them with a bit more sustainability in your builds. So we've locked out or stunned everybody, which is just what we like. Seriously, Hegemon is just a cheat sheet for Arena, he's just brilliant. The funny thing is, I didn't know how great a champ he was when I pulled him, and I was kind of like, yeah, okay. And it wasn't until later I found out just how amazing he is, and you know, he's never left my Arena team since. Well, occasionally I'll pull him out. I did try just replacing him with Duchess, but because he automatically goes first, he's still better, even though she's got the 100% chance, the higher chance to block cooldown skills. But better yet, is just put them together and then you've got a seriously good lockout team. Better yet, add in Astralon and then you've got stuns, revives, cleanses debuffs, does extra damage with countless licks, and yeah, I mean, I just love the team, I really do. Anybody who's got these two together and they're not using them, it's kind of bonkers. Or you must have a team that you think is just nukes and kills everything. But it's not just that they can kill everything, but they're fun, you know? Let's face it, at the end of the day, you want the game to be fun, and sometimes it's nice to mix up teams and try and build different teams and try and find a team that you just find to be a bit more fun to play. But don't be afraid to switch champions out to take advantage of different skill sets, as you've seen I do. Full lockout or stuns, love it when that happens. Doesn't happen that often. We might as well try and lock out the ones that are only stun. Again. Okay, let's go for the stun again then. There we go. See, this team can face some really dangerous teams that most people would just go, oh, I'm not facing that, or that team would give a lot of other players a lot of difficulty. You know, no, previous to me having this setup, it would have done, even when I was just using Warlord and Hegemon for a similar sort of lockout team with a different DPS, it didn't work quite as well as it does with this setup. Maybe because my Warlord wasn't fast enough would be my guess. Or not accurate enough. I need to actually look at that. Damn it. Fear. I hate fears. Martial art is a pain in the backside. Or my salad, as some people call him for some reason. Yeah, I'm in trouble here. Again, this is a variant on the same sort of team I'm using, of a lockout team, where you've got Morley that can do provokes, he can put out fears. See, this is where I could do with having all my champs in immunity sets. I'm gonna hope. And I'm done. Right, we're going to try something a bit different, but I am going to try them again. My issue I've got here is she's not quite fast enough. I need to try and get some better immunity gear on her that's a little bit faster. Again, part of it's like, I mean, it depends. He might be high resist. In fact, we are going to try taking down his turn meter so that he can't go, hopefully. There you go. He's just done that to us. Alright, let's try and clear us off. And they had already taken away our immunity, which is not good. But now we've not got those fears, we can hopefully try and get back control. Yeah, this martial arts good one. Whew. I'm going to do a whole separate video on it, but we might as well touch on it now if you've watched this far in. So the importance of cleanse champions throughout the game is massive. In Arena they can't be understated. You know, you put them in an immunity set, get them to go fast, sort of second ish. Then if the other team managed to lock you out, freeze you out like they did there, you can then come in, cleanse everything off, and your team can then take control again. Whereas you saw the first time they totally had control, whereas the second time with the cleanse we regained control. Some of it was RNG luck and everything, I know that, I'm not stupid, but that's the general principle, and it works throughout the game. And there's all these places where you've got teams throwing debuffs on you and stuff, and these cleanse champions are so important, so amazing, and I'm actually going to do a video on it soon because, you know, it deserves to be done. I'm just building up a couple more cleanse champs, trying to get them finished off that I can talk about, and then what we'll probably do is we'll do a cleanse video talking about the various different cleanse champs and where they're good in general, and then I'm going to do a series of doing guide videos for each of the cleanse champs that I have. See, we bring Astron Long back in, he's our Duchess counter. Did we get all the good lockouts? Well, we didn't knock out Duchess, we didn't knock out Trunda. Hopefully on a speed boost we get to go. Yeah, now we can knock everybody out. Now we'll kill and stun. Hopefully this will finish it off, but if not, we'll be close to it. Now this video is a bit longer, we're going on for the better part of nearly an hour here. But we're, you know, at the end of the day, we're just having some fun, chilling, trying to use these things. And you know, people watch the streams on Twitch and stuff for like 2 or 3 hours at a time sometimes. But then people find it funny when you post a YouTube video that's an hour long. And yet half those same people might even sit and watch their favourite Twitch streamer for that long. What's the difference really, other than the fact that you can type chat in and stuff? I could do Twitch, but I'm not really a huge fan of it. I mean, I tried watching it early on some of my favourite content creators like El Hades, you know, but I don't have the time to devote to it. And when you've just come home from a 12-hour shift and you've got to be up in 6 or 7 hours, sitting there for a couple of hours watching people talk about a game and playing through the game, I'd rather just be playing through my own game, you know. I mean, each to their own, you know, it works for some. That's why it's out there, that's why people do enjoy it. It's just not for me. That's not to say I won't ever do it, but certainly at the moment it's not something I'm prioritising. This Duchess is a bit of a pain. I'm guessing this is a bit of a bait team where they tend to get a lot of wins this way on defence, because it is quite a tough team to beat, but people seem to champions only, and they go, oh, I can take that on, so they try it, and then they find that they're wrong. And I have had that a number of times. Ironically, after all this arena farming, I'm still not going to end up with enough to unlock one of the higher level things, probably. And I would love a Duchess, I really would. She's just such a great champ. I mean, look at how hard she is to take down. Plus all the buffs she brings for your team and the revives. Yeah, even I'm getting tired filming for this long now. And I've still got another video to edit yet and all the rest of it, so I don't think we'll carry on much longer. I could have sworn I clicked his A3 there. But I've not just had it happen on here, I've had it happen in game where you click it and then you go to do the AoE ability or the ability on them or whatever, and you're like, it's not working. It's like, oh right, it's not selected it. I swear Plarium seem to have this bug where it doesn't always select. Anyway, anybody watching this this far into the video, let me know if you had the same thing where you're definitely, you know, you're clicking on moves and it's not selecting them. I might be in trouble here. We've got a provoke up there. Rotos is about to go and start hurting us. Okay, so we took a look. We've got 2 refreshes left. Well, counting this one that we've just used. So that's 20 more fights. We're an hour in, but you know what? We're going to push through. We're going to just finish it off basically. We've done this long, we might as well push on, do the other 20 runs and use up all those refills before they run out. I am currently number 1 in the tournament with a good 500 points clear, which is not too much of a surprise after a run like this. Oh, they've got my team. I hadn't even noticed that, I wasn't paying attention. Alright, I might have to do this slightly differently. It's funny when you face the exact same team that you're using. Nice when you beat them though. And to be fair, I probably could have done either way, because even if I'd failed there, I was just going to go grab, take out Astralon, bring in Sky Touched with their immunity gear, remove the debuffs and stuff, and then lock them out again. It's obviously somebody who's trying to drop. It's not even a bait me run, because obviously Madame Ceres doesn't do enough damage to be a bait champion. Now the problem we've got here is Foley can't be stunned and whatnot. Ow. But at least he can be locked out. I think we did get the stun on him, which boosted his turn meter. Oof, no, we lost our Arbiter. We don't want that. We really don't want that. Let's see if we can get her up again. No! Of course they've got Lydia. Yeah, we're in big trouble here. With Lydia blocking the revives, and yeah, I'm not even going to try that one again. You win some, you lose some. So we'll go for our standard tournament team again. I must admit, I can't wait to get Lydia. I think she'll be quite cool in my defence. Oh, another tournament team. And this one with a Hegemon. Right, we'll see who's faster. They've actually not got their Arbiter in the speed lead. They've gone for the defensive aura. Which might just mean they've got a stupidly fast Arbiter, or they're just relying on Hegemon. And fortunately for me, my Hegemon's faster and locked theirs out. You gotta love that Death's Majesty. I think it's actually one of the coolest looking moves in the game. And that's why we love Dark Elhain. In fact, I've already done it a couple of times in this video, but then we are talking over an hour long video. But you know, if you go and look over there, I've done a guide on Dark Elhain recently. She is the best tournament counter out there. She's just brilliant, and it's not to say you're always going to win with her. It is dependent on the team around them as well. But yeah, it is really fun a lot of the time. Whereas before I used to go out my way to avoid Torment, not so much because I couldn't be, because I could, I just wouldn't buff. It just meant that every fight took a lot longer, whereas she speeds it up quite a bit because of hitting those Death Majesties, and you can still use abilities and stuff, and she nukes him down so much quicker. Of course, this team's also got Martial Art, which, as you all saw, is one of those champs I really hate facing. This one's not built as fast, luckily, so we've locked him out, we've locked Arbiter out, and we've, yeah, Valkyrie could put some shields up, but we do have to be careful of that. I'm worried if I speed boost, I'm not going to, she'll get a boost as well, so no, we'll just try taking down her turn meter instead. And now we'll try and lock her out as well. martial arts free of any lockouts, which is not good. Now he's dead. Right, so she's just used that where somebody got frozen, so we can't use it again straight away. It's like once per turn. And you have to bear that in mind, otherwise you will get yourself frozen. I might have been able to use it there, but I didn't fancy chancing it. After I've done this move, I know I'm clear to. So I will. And that just finishes it off. It's just a question of making sure you remember now. Foley's a really cool nuker. I wouldn't mind getting one on this account. I've got one on my ult and I do love him. He can't be stunned, and obviously his counter attack on his A1 can be really painful, and then he does that and he's just block revived everybody, and yeah. So they were faster, we lost, and quite frankly with Foley on the team that's likely to be the case, so I'm not going to waste any medals in trying to go against them. We'll be back in just a minute. We'll take a short break. And we're back onto a new page. And we're facing Lydia again. Great. I mean, to be fair, it's not a huge deal if you don't have to revive. So if we're fast enough and we keep control of this fight from the start, then it won't be a problem. She does put out fears though, which is annoying. Against a Valkyrie, so that's also annoying. And it's a high resist team, which is doubly annoying. I've got a lot of accuracy on my count in this league though. Oof. Lydia is proving to be a rather painful person to fight against here. Those fears are annoying. Oh right, I didn't realise she does that. So if you try to revive and she's down, she comes back. Okay, I have to remember that one. I've not actually faced her that much, so I knew she blocked revives. I'd forgotten about that little part of her kit. Otherwise, obviously, I quite frankly wouldn't have done it, and I would have just killed, or at least tried to kill Valkyrie. This may well have just stuffed me up royally. Yeah. Okay. Rewind. No, we're going to leave that in there. We're going to let you see how stupid I was. I mean, they are a high-powered team there. You've got to bear that in mind. 323 player power against my 159. We're going to try this again, though. Without stupid mistakes like that, now that I know she does that. Got a couple of good lockouts there, so that's good. Now let's try and get everyone locked out. stunned. Arbiter's down. Might as well take out Valkyrie before she gets those shields and counter-attack up. And there we go. So, you know, as you saw, I nearly had that first fight won if I'd remembered that she actually revives herself when you try to revive and she's down. I would have won it because I could have easily, with two people, just still taken down Valkyrie, but I didn't remember that, and that's why it's handy to know the champions you're fighting against and what they can do, and if you're not sure, take a look at them before you fight them. It's worth doing. Saves you wasting arena tokens to find out the hard way, as I just did. So we're in the last 10. I do apologise, this has been a stupidly long video, I know. This could be an interesting fight. Again, could easily go either way. We've already lost today and not managed to beat a team with Raglan. Right, so we didn't lock out those two. Hopefully that won't be a problem. No, there we go. Now we'll kill somebody hopefully and stun the others. Let's take Raglan out. And we got a Blender Comp team done right this time, hopefully. Well, not so hopefully, because obviously I don't want them beating me. It looks like they might actually be slightly faster, and we didn't get the lockout we wanted, so we're in trouble here. Bang bang. Let's hope he's not too strong and we get a decent revive. Wrong one. Okay. So they are fast enough, they are a good team. That doesn't mean we can't beat them, it just means we have to play a bit differently and account for the fact that that could happen. Plus it's somewhat RNG. If I'd managed to lock out their Arbiter so she couldn't speed boost, or their Farrakhan so he couldn't have done the ally attack there, because they haven't got immunity on. There you go, we've just locked out all the ones we needed to on that one. If that had happened on the first fight, we wouldn't have needed the second fight. Actually, let's put this up on everybody now. Cool. She completely went through that shield. So this gold crown hits hard. And that's what you do with that though. So this is a rather old school disgusting team and still quite dangerous. We'll bring in my normal counter Torment team and we'll hope for the best. It's going to depend if my Hegemon is faster than theirs, quite frankly. And also on the RNG of the lockout, which we didn't get. And to be fair, neither did they. Oh, for crying out loud. See, anyone who says Rotus isn't still OP needs to take a look at this match, because this guy just completely destroyed my team. I've now got no reviver. And they've got way too much support. Yeah, we're not going to be taking that one on again. That's proof positive that Rotus built right can still just tear through teams. I mean, we are in the latter part of Gold 4 now, so we're up against much tougher teams. Oh no, we're still against Torment. We've also got Lydia here. So this is going to be an interesting one, and they're also a much higher player power than me again. We got 3 stuns, which is unusual. But this is why I have my Hegemon in the stun set, is it gives me that extra chance to lock people out on that first hit. I was toying with the idea of pulling him out of it, but I think I just want to try and build him to be a bit more of a nuker in it and still keep it. Now, I mean, that's a hell of a team to face there. Hegemon, Tormund, Rotus and Seifi. I mean, let's face it, they probably don't get an awful lot of people even fighting them. They probably just take one look at that team and just avoid. I'll at least try it once and see how it goes, because I've come across teams like that. They're scary as hell to look at, and then you fight them and they're actually not built that well or set up right, so you still manage to take them out. In their case, they were built well and set up right. Again, obviously when you're using Hegemon, there's an element of RNG to it as well. I'm using the wrong champs here. As I so often do, I forget to swap Dark Elhain out after facing the Tormund. I've lost more than a few matches for that, because they probably couldn't have done that if they'd all been stunned. But knowing that it is a cleaver comp and they're a reasonable speed, we are going to hedge our bets and bring in Warlord. It might not be enough to survive, we're about to find out. Only one lockout? Blimey. Up 2. Still, in case they get to go, let's put the shield up. The Skull Crown's going to come back. And she's going to go away again. It is annoying when you lose fights due to stupid mistakes that you shouldn't have made. Yeah, this is going to be a tough team again, but we'll give them a try. See what we get lockout wise. Nada. So they're probably high resist. Or it was just bad RNG, but you know. Ouch. Ouch. Look at all those buffs. I really should have brought my Madam Ceres for this fight. I said this was going to be a tough fight. Yeah, that's it, all over. I really would love a tournament, I have to say. Like I say, bringing Dark Elhain is great, and you saw she did some good strong nukes at the start there, but then they bring up all their shields, all their buffs, start going ham on me. It does also very much depend on the team they've got around Tormund. If they've got a great team around him, she's not going to do it on her own. try again with this team. At least they're a little closer to me in player power, which doesn't always mean anything. And also dependent on RNG, like there where we didn't get a single bloody lockout. See, this is the problem when you get into high goal for, like here you start facing teams like this where, okay, I can win against a number of them, but I'm certainly not going to win against all of them. Which is why prior to doing this video and knowing full well I had a load of tokens to use, I purposely dropped down lower in gold 4 to give myself a better chance for farming. And it's also why I'm not pushing for plat yet, because quite frankly I don't think I'm geared well enough for it. I've got some great champs and everything, but I still just don't think I'm geared well enough for it. We won't slow him there because obviously we actually want that freeze to come off. Can't do it now. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. That was nearly an hour and a half of arena fights. It's a marathon. I do apologise for that. The first video was only 40 odd minutes long, but still that's 2 hours 45 minutes of arena farming in one go. That's tiring, knackering, you know. Thank you for sticking with me to the end if you have. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up. It lets YouTube know that it's a good video and more people should watch it. And you know, if you enjoy the content that I put out, please hit that subscribe button, ding that bell, and you will get notified next time I release a video. I will catch you on the next one. Bye.